Hello and good morning. Travel day home. What our plan is today is we go from Cancun to DFW, where we have a little less than a 3-hour layover. I think it's like 2 hours and 40 minutes or something like that. And then we fly home to Connecticut. When we fly right home to Connecticut, we have very limited options, which is why we usually try to go from New York, even though that's more of a hassle with all of like the trains and planes and automobiles and all that nonsense. But today we are going right back home to Connecticut, and we're hoping for decent weather. I got an update that DFW is having some bad weather with extreme cold and possibly snow. So I'm just not gonna try to really stress out about that too much because there's nothing that I can do about it. So it is early, it's 5:30. I've been up for like 45 minutes. I want to sleep, I just can't sleep. And this is why I always say I wish the coffee shop was open early at some places. Here it opens up at 7 and I'm like literally starving. Like my stomach has like been growling. I appreciate you being here with us today. I know that some people don't like the travel day videos. The travel day videos are actually my favorite to film, so if you don't like them, that's okay. I know that some people just want to watch not for like my personal content, but just for the travel content, and that is totally cool. There is someone that Kev and I, we used to watch on YouTube all the time, and his content has kind of changed over the past 5 years, so we rarely watch any longer. We just watch occasionally, and that's okay. But for me, the travel days are stress-free. I don't have to show anything in particular. I'm truly just, you know, like showing my life. And I know a limited amount of people watch those. I woke up and apparently I have like some bug bites. I do kind of remember at dinner last night feeling something itchy, but now I'm realizing that like my arm is like really itchy, so I'm gonna put some Benadryl cream on it. But for the travel days for me, I know that not everyone watches it, and I kind of like that. It feels more like I'm on FaceTime with someone that I know. It feels like more informal and just relaxed. And I know that they don't really change because what we're doing is not going to really change. You know, we're either going to New York or we're going to Connecticut. You know, it is what it is. But I think my yapping changes. I have a lot to yap about, and I do think that that changes. But this is already an almost 4-minute video, so I am going to get dressed for the gym, and we'll see you there. Like 40 minutes, 45 minutes, something like that. Very small gym. Kev probably said that in the other video. So when Dreams opens up next door, the spa, that's where the spa is going to be for both hotels, and I assume that they're also going to put, obviously they would have to put a gym over there for Dreams, but I assume it's going to be a big gym and that everyone's going to use that, and I would think that that's why this is so small. Either they'll maybe repurpose it or just make it a gym for club members. But it was fine. It's mostly cardio equipment. There was a guy in there who just sat on the equipment texting on his phone. Hold on a second. I don't want to talk loudly in the hall. It reminds me of when I was young. So I used to go to the gym next door in the town next to me, and it's very like ritzy town, and so it was expensive. And I had to go there because it was the only gym nearby with childcare, and Ethan was little. And it was like, you know, very like a ladies who lunch type of gym. So I would be there trying to work out, and there would just be like 4 or 5 ladies just sitting on machines, just talking to each other. And I would get so frustrated because I was paying a lot of money to work out, more money than I should have been, because that was the only gym that had childcare, and I just like could not get a good workout in because these rich ladies were just sitting around. So that's totally what it reminded me of. And we're gonna get breakfast.
So what did you get today?
First of all, let's talk about how I'm sitting in the dark, which I absolutely love. I hate the big light. This is just a little mood lighting in the back. If I could eat all my meals like this, perfection. So for my meal today, I pretty much always get the same thing at a buffet. So I got a fried egg. I wanted hash browns. I love hash browns, but they were like so soggy, like you couldn't even pick them up without breaking. So I went with just potato wedges, sausage. The blue cheese here is to die for. So I got a little crostini of that. I got a yogurt, and then I got Kev and I 2 pastries to share because they looked good, but with pastries you never know, like either it's gonna be the best thing I ever ate or the worst thing I ever ate. And then I was looking for a small plate because I really have been trying to, Kev's like huffing because I'm talking too long, but Kev should be used to this by now. I really try to watch like my portion sizes, and kind of how I do that is I usually get a small plate because then I trick my brain thinking that like I have a full plate if it's a small plate. They didn't really have any small plates, so I have a big plate, and that's probably why it looks like I got nothing on here, but I promise I have plenty of food. And Kev got pretty much the same as me.
I got 2 pieces of toast.
2 pieces of toast.
And some mixed fruit.
Breakfast, excellent. I'm telling you, the blue cheese and the little crostini, real good. I took a couple Fruit Loops to go because I'm big on having snacks. Like I never want to like be snackless because you just never know what's gonna happen, you know? Kev got a little, what did you get? Some kind of coffee with Irish cream?
Iced latte with Irish cream. It's the best one here.
I had a little coffee at the buffet, so I didn't get that. But then I took some teas for Ethan. Ethan and I like to drink tea at night, usually sleepy time tea, but he likes raspberry tea a lot. And I saw they had mango strawberry, so I snagged 3 of those to bring him for him to try. So what time is it? It's 7:29. We are just gonna probably sit out here for a second and then go up, pack, shower. We gotta film the review video. Pretty much packed up, so it never goes into the suitcase the same way as it did when I packed it home, but that's all right. So basically what I do is almost everything is gonna get washed at home, obviously, but there's different levels of dirty for your clothes, right? So basically what we do is we have a laundry bag that we'll put like gym clothes, socks, underwear, things like that. And those will be like, so this will be like our dirty clothes bag. And then if you remember when I go to a resort, I always keep my clothes in there at the bottom of like my pink bag and just like a beach bag. So when I get to the resort, I can very easily change my clothes. It's kind of the same for going home, but the opposite. So I put the dirty clothes bag in the bottom of the pink bag, so then when we get home we can just dump all of this right in the washing machine. And then like I said, obviously we are washing the clothes that are in the suitcase as well, but those aren't like as dirty, so I don't feel like I need to keep them separate. All packed up, everything fit. I just paid the visit tax. It was, you know, it kind of varies based on the exchange rate, but today it was just a little under $28. And I know people pay it, they don't pay it. I always pay it. It's not worth the $30 to have an issue when I come back into the country. It is a valid tax. It is not implemented well. It is definitely not implemented well. However, it is a valid tax. It is connected to your passport number. So whether they check you at the airport or not, they do know if you paid. And once it starts getting fully enforced, which I do think it's going to, because over the past 6 months, they really have started ramping things up, I think people will start getting fined. And it's just not something that I want to be held up on over $30. And most people probably only come into the country once or twice a year. So in the grand scheme of what you paid for your vacation, what's $30? I've heard a lot of rumors that you only need to pay once every 6 months. That's not true. You need to pay every time that you come into the country, or really it's every time you leave the country. And it's also every person needs to pay. I've seen some rumors recently where 15 and under don't need to pay, or 12 and under don't need to pay. Everyone needs to pay. You could be coming with your 6-month-old baby, and that baby will need to pay. And then I always just take a screenshot when I pay, because the visit tax people are at the airport, and sometimes they're going to ask to see your QR code and sometimes they won't. What they just started doing, I think about 4 weeks ago, is if you don't pay before you get there and you need to use their machine to pay, you're charged extra. I think it's around $3 to $5 extra if you need to use their machine. So just do it before you go. I sometimes do it before I leave my house before the trip, and then sometimes I do it when I check into the flight before I'm leaving. It kind of just depends like what I remember to do and whatnot. And one of the things that was gonna be in my review, and it's not any longer, is that the pool deck needed to be sanded, and it just looked really bad, and they've been working on it for the last 2 days, so that's no longer in my review because clearly they knew that it looked bad as well. And they're currently sanding it right now, and they only do it for a few hours in the morning, like usually by 10 o'clock they're done, and it's very minimal noise. You know, the resorts, it's hard because you're in a situation where the resorts need to keep up maintenance and make things looking nice, but also guests don't want to be inconvenienced. And if you close the resort, then guests who are displaced are going to be mad. If you're doing construction at the resort, guests are going to be mad. If you don't maintain the property, guests are going to be mad. When dealing with human beings, someone is always going to be unhappy. So, and I know that very well by just putting myself on the internet. I cannot please everyone. And in 2025, let me tell you, I do not care. I really just am giving just 0 Fs. And I'm gonna show you how they're doing the pool today. Let's see. So you can see they've already done this side. Looks really nice. And now they're working on this side. And they're currently out there with the sander getting that done. And then I just have very minimal things that I'm gonna be leaving today. So I'll leave a note. Kev's leaving his taco shirt, I guess. I've been saying that he needs new shirts for probably like 2 years, like new pool shirts, and I just can't find any that I really like. I got him a nice Izod, what did I say? Izod? Izod? I don't know how to say it. Anyway, I got him a nice one from Kohl's probably a couple months ago, so he could have taken it now, but I wanted to save it for excellence. I just can't really find any shirts that like I really like for the pool. And if you watch the vacation prep video, I'm so disappointed in Old Navy. They just really have not, I don't know who's their designer, but they're like sleeping on the job. Like they haven't created new things in like 8 years. But the person that we met yesterday that knew us from the vlogs, Greg and Rhonda, if you're watching, hello. She actually was like, I recognized your shirt. So Kev's like, should I leave the shirt? And I was like, see, I've been telling you need new shirts. People recognize the shirt before they recognized you. And then I just have this pajama shirt that I don't know if I'm gonna I might just throw this away, I'm not sure. It's pretty new, I just don't like how it feels. It says coffee and chill. I don't like the material of it, so I'm gonna leave that behind. Kev shorts are in fine condition, but with the pineapples, these gotta go. These have got to go. A beach bag, I'm just gonna leave the stuff in here, so if the housekeeping doesn't want it, she can just like toss everything. So we're leaving this bag, and then we got a new Hyatt bag, so it's just like, you know, I try to get rid of things and I bring new things in the house. Just a black t-shirt, or not t-shirt, just long sleeve shirt. And then this sweater, I actually really like this sweater a lot, and it's not old, but there's a hole in it. So I realized it. I wore this like 2 weeks ago when I went to, where'd I go? South Carolina.
Yeah.
And I was like, where the heck did this hole come from? This is from Sam's Club. And it could be like sewn like very easily, and you would like not know that there was an issue. So I'm gonna leave it, and they can keep this, toss this. It does not offend me in the least bit what anyone does with it. I just need it out of my house.
So comment down below if you know a good store that has like good vacation t-shirts, because we gotta find some. All right, so we're going home soon. I usually always get a mudslide before we go home, and the bar's just open. I think it's 10 o'clock now, 10:03. Got my mudslide, let me try it. The end.
We are all ready to go. Our shuttle is coming in 30 minutes, so I'm just gonna do a quick sweep of the room and make sure we have everything, and then go down and check out. I like to check out at least 20 minutes early because sometimes the shuttle comes early, but you just never know how long it's gonna take to check out. And a lot of times when you do a club level, you have to check out in the club lounge. We have tried to check out in a regular lobby before at different resorts, and never once have they let us. And in the Vantage Lounge, anytime we've been in there, there's only been one person. So if someone is checking in when we're trying to check out, there could be a wait. So I'm just gonna look around and make sure that we have everything that we need. We keep our room very clean all throughout like our stay, but when we're leaving, I definitely try to make sure that it's clean. We throw everything away. I have seen some people's rooms, you know, when you walk by and whatnot, and they are messy. But like, I always put all the towels and everything in the tub. If there's not a tub, I'll put them in the shower, but I throw everything away. And then I just like to go through and make sure that I didn't leave anything. And a lot of times I video that, because if I am missing something, I like to go back and look and be like, okay, I know I didn't leave it, so I'll probably find it somewhere else. So we're gonna go check out, and then we're gonna go get a snack. We are eating on the plane. Actually, both planes we have meals on, but we probably wouldn't be eating till like 2:30. So we'll just get a little snack now to tide us over. One last ocean view before I go back to the Arctic.
And it's cold everywhere. I just talked to people from Texas, Tennessee. It's everywhere. We're going back to like teens.
I don't want to go back there. I actually was thinking about staying longer. Typically I love to go home. I'm ready to go home right now, but I just don't want to go back to the freezing cold. So
we could have used one more day here, I think.
Yeah, I could have used one more day. I think 4 is my sweet spot. I originally thought 5 was my sweet spot, but I actually think 4 is good, because we do have the night usually before when we're staying in an airport hotel, so we're really gone 6 nights. And I think 4 nights at the resort is really my sweet spot, and I may start thinking about that for future travel. Hi there, we're checking out.
I got the snacks. I got a potato wedges with the cheese that just came out with all the stuff. It's nice and fresh.
All right,
crispy.
we have like 4 minutes. All right, we scarfed everything. Part of the problem was it's supposed to open at 11 and it didn't open until like 11:15. At least they didn't put the food out. So we got a little bite to eat. Normally we would just eat something at the airport, or you know, we go into the lounge, we get a bite to eat. I'm cutting it really close. I do not recommend that you do this, but we are getting picked up at 11:20 and our flight boards at 12:45. I I'm gonna say that again, do not do what I do. But I'm pretty confident that we can get through without any issues. However, if not, that's 100% on me. Like if we get there and it's a massive security line and it takes an hour to get through and we miss the flight, that's on me. So please don't be me.
Yeah. Got two person and Bishop?
Toledo Bishop.
Thank you.
And
What's your
Toledo.
last name?
Okay,
Bishop?
Bishop.
Okay.
4 person, okay?
Or Bishop. And this one?
Yeah, this here.
Just two? Ellos son Bishop.
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 Yep.
Let me.
More Bishops?
Bishop.
Yeah, I guess so.
Bishop too.
Oh, hello.
So usually we go to the Mirror Lounge, not today. That's a huge line, huge line. And then Brittany has a little.
Yeah, good thing we didn't want to go today. I'm just trying to get my app to update. So you know how I always like to do the printed boarding passes? I don't know why people keep talking to me. So I get in here and we're already in a rush and Kev's boarding pass prints out and then mine doesn't print out. I get a thing saying like unable to print boarding passes, remaining passes. So I do it again and I get another error and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I hope like I have a seat. And so when I get up to the gate, I'm gonna try to get a printed boarding pass again. But yeah, good thing we don't wanna go to the Mirror Lounge. Our plane boards in about 30 minutes. So we basically just like walked onto the plane, which I do not recommend. Please do not do that. I was stressed the whole time. I don't know why I cut it so short. But yeah, we're gonna go find our gate and I am not excited to go back to the cold. I have a printed boarding pass. He was like scaring me. He's like, are you checked in? I'm like, yes, I have a mobile boarding pass, but I need a printed one because I just like that. But in Cancun, I never feel like I'm in the clear until I get on the plane because when you're getting on the plane, you might have your bag searched again. I don't like to be slowed down. So it's always so stressful to me. So Cancun is my favorite place to come. It also causes me the most stress because on arrival, we have too many cameras, so we could be fined for that. And then on departure, we're getting checked as well. And you wouldn't get fined for that, it just slows you down. We didn't get stopped, but they stopped a lot of people. What? Oh gosh, I don't know. Our first flight was fine. We went from Cancun to DFW. The flight time was about 3 hours long. I don't really like going to Dallas because it is out of the way. However, our options are very limited going back to Connecticut, so we take what we can get. Had a little dinner and that was fine. And then I always edit videos on the way home, so this was me editing the travel day going to Hyatt. We made it to the US. We landed like 15 minutes early, which is appreciated. It's cold, 40 degrees.
No, it's colder than that here.
I thought my phone said 40.
No, it's like real feels like 20, like 30.
Okay, I don't know the temperature. Filled out the mobile passport app. If you don't have global entry and you are going to an airport that has the MPC app, absolutely do that because we usually get through in less than 10 minutes. It took us 3 minutes to clear customs. Now we're going to clear security and then we can get over to the lounge and then wait. Oh, a little charcuterie.
Charcuterie board in a Texas IPA.
Oh, okay. Okay, I did like Kev. I did like a little charcuterie, a little pesto hummus. Had to go guac, of course. Swedish fish. As I'm sitting here eating my cheese and crackers. Kev's like, you love cheese and crackers. I'm like, I know, like I love it. I eat cheese and crackers all the time. And then I was like thinking to myself, what did we order for dinner on the way home? And I was like, I think I almost ordered the cheese plate. And then I was like, no, I think I got the short ribs. And I was like, let me look. No, I ordered Kev the short ribs and I ordered me the cheese plate. So I'm just having like lots of cheese today. The guac, excellent. Every time I come here to all the lounges, they're always so good. I get everything in them. Like all the, you know, accoutrements. Delicious. It's absolutely freezing in this airport. Like I'm pretty sure they have the air conditioning on. Like I'm like shaking. Like every time I go by a store, I'm like, I'm gonna buy a sweatshirt and a blankie. We're gonna end this video here. We land back in Connecticut at 10:50, and then we're not gonna get home till like close to midnight, and I will be tired and cranky, and I'll not want to talk to you guys. So I'm gonna say bye to you now.
Thanks for watching,
and we're
guys.
gonna see you really soon in another series. Yes, thank you for watching, and review video to follow. Bye. We ended up being delayed a little over an hour. We had to get our plane de-iced and we were like 15th in line, so that took some time. But ultimately we did get home, and absolutely it's better to be safe than sorry. I definitely would rather de-ice the plane than have any issues. So thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.